Don't forget to check opening hours before you go. So, without further ado, let's see what Sisaket has to offer for you. Right, my trip into Sisaket today, I thought about taking the train, and then I thought, oh no, the bus will be a better option because I want to do some filming for this video. And I missed one by a few minutes in Canterbury. It took forever for the next one to come. But it's worked out alright because I've wanted to see this place for some time. We've driven past it many times. It's called Sakura Park. I think this gate might be shut. We might have a bit of luck further on. But as you can see, there's lots of exercise equipment and fitness. And just up those steps at the end, there is a massive lake that I'm going to show you. Yeah, we're in luck. The gate is open to Sakura Park. Let's go in and have a look and see what it's all about. Yeah, a basic skate park or bike park for BMX. I don't know, I'm not down with the kids. I guess it's skateboards on here. What we got here? Ah, yes. 2 futsal courts. And it looks like the floodlights come on here because the sign says 6 o'clock till 9:30. Not sure if there's any charge. There doesn't appear to be. These 2 characters depict durian. More on durian a little bit later. And a wonderful playground. It's just a shame that nobody's here using it. What a wonderful facility. I guess many people come here, you know, when they finish work. Surprised there's not more here. I was rather hoping that I'd find bicycle hire in here. Somebody said that there was once such facilities. It doesn't appear to be today. It'd be a lovely place to hire a bike, especially when you see what's up these steps in a moment. More durian, very proud of them here in Sisaket. Yeah, we're a wonderful park. And lots of tables and chairs spread up. More free exercise machines there. Look at that, what a lovely place to come. As long as you avoid the heat. Because this does open a little bit later. I'll be able to find the times out when we go out the main gate. But in the meantime, we're going to cross the bridge. How about that? There is a road and cycle lane goes all the way around. That in the middle is an island, the name of which I will give to you in due course. In the meantime, let's have a little bit of history about Sisaket city and Sisaket province. The province is originally thought to have been called Srinakhon Lamdawan, which makes a lot of sense because that's the name of the main stadium here. It was later called Kukan. Kukan was renamed Wa Nui. In 1786, the town of Sisaket was formed, but quickly renamed Kukan, just to make things even more confusing. In 1938, both the town and the province were renamed Sisaket, while Hua Nui was renamed Kukan. That's where we are today. The province has a huge Khmer influence from over the border in Cambodia, which is just to the south of Sisaket. Sisaket is located in lower northeast Thailand in the region of Isan. It is surrounded by fellow provinces Ubon Ratchathani, Yasothon, Royet and Surin. Now, while the population of the city of Sisaket is just over 40,000, the population of the province is a whopping 1,400,000, which tells you just how many small towns are scattered around the province. The biggest industry in the province is agriculture, with shallots, garlic and durian being grown in great abundance, along with, of course, the many acres on end of rice paddies. The stunning lake is called Klang Nam, and the island across the bridge there is called Klang Nam. Let's have a wander across to it and see what we find. Klang Nam. Let's have a wander about, see what we find. Certainly very pretty. There was a lady fishing there by the side of the lake. I didn't want to film her because I'm not sure if she was meant to be. Good for her. Middle-aged lady. See everything here. Let's have a look what we find in this beautiful park. What are those over there? It looks as though there's some enclosed buildings with open sides. You can hear a lot of leaves have been shed. It's that time of year. Getting towards the hottest and driest season each year. And it can get hot. It'll be late 30s nearly every day, I would reckon. Right, let's go and see what we can find in there. The nurseries growing plants to go in the park. That makes sense, giving them a bit of protection and shelter. I do hope nobody's growing things that they shouldn't be over there. Well, whoever works for Sisaket Parks Department is doing a decent job, I'd say. Yeah, very good. Very pretty. Now, those of you who've been paying attention might have seen that in the background. That is Sisaket Tower. And we're going to go and have a look inside and see what it's all about. Right, I hope everything's open because I think you're going to enjoy this. The 85-metre high Sisaket Tower. It replicates the bridge you'll be seeing in a while. Now, Sisaket is very proud of when Queen Sisaket and Param Gao came, King Rama IX in English, came to the province, and much of it is depicted in the museum on the ground and second floor of the museum. Let's have a little look around. Some beautiful images depicting what life was like in days gone by in Sisaket. Now, I love the provincial slogan. Not sure if you'll be able to read it on the video, so I'll read it out to you. A land of ancient Khmer temples, fine garlic and shallots, Somed Pra Park, abundant lawam tree, cultural diversity and splendid unity. That'll do for me as a place to live. Lots to see and do in here. Learn about the place as you'd expect in a decent museum. The beautiful thing to me is in the centre of Sisaket, the attractions are the same price for Westerners as they are for Thais. There's no double pricing at the tower and an attraction I'll show you in a few minutes, which is very good. This an old replica of a Khmer ruins. That bicycle there on that image, that's called a song law. And you sit in the back and somebody rides it. Good luck if I'm in the back. Now, I told you about the visit from the previous monarch, and it's depicted in wonderful images all around the walls. It must have been some occasion. One can only wonder how nervous the dignitaries were here, waiting to meet them. Look at that, that's beautiful, isn't it? Obviously an incredible occasion. I'll try and dig out the details so I can give you the exact dates. I really like this part. People who from Sisaket who've become famous and done well for themselves are given their own wall of fame. That's good. No, that isn't John Lennon. Beautiful paintings, eh? Right, up to the 16th floor. Let's see what we see. We'll have a walk along there in a little while. Now that place along there, that's the Sports Authority of Thailand stadium. As you can see, very flat is Sisaket province until you get right to the Cambodian border, where Mui Deng is literally a steep cliff, a cliff face straight down. As you can see on the far side, you can see the road and cycle lane and footpath. There's something for everyone, you know, to keep fit. If I lived in the city, I'd be cycling round and round there so often, I'll be able to do it in my sleep. But as you'll see from another video, if you follow my channel, you'll get a country bike ride video. As you also notice, there's not many tall buildings in the city. The tallest one there near the TV transmitter, I hope you're picking this up, that is a hotel. And there's the bridge that we walked across and the stunning park down below. The nursery sheds. Look at that, I love that painting. Hey. Do that on my bedroom wall, although I'm not sure Dad would laugh her head off. Yeah, that's the direction we live. Nam Kliang is the district that Suan Kawai comes under. That way about 21 kilometres. I know because I walked from there to that other stadium over there. Let's see if we can enlarge it. You can just about see the floodlights and the stands. That is the Sri Nakhon Lamdoan Stadium. You'll see a bit of that later on as well. It's strange really. Normally, somewhere the size of Sisaket with just a 40,000 population would seem a bit dull and mundane. But when you live in a little village where there's only maybe 300 people maximum, I'm probably pushing it at that, probably doubling it really. Anyway, when you come in, it's all relative. Coming to Sisaket, it's like a visit to the big city for me. And I generally come once a week for football or to meet friends. And I enjoy it, thoroughly enjoy it. But then I love retreating back to the countryside. What the local authorities have done here is replicate olden times in a really tasteful way to make a stunning park. I said a earlier across the water. It's just such a pity there's not more people here to use it. Tourism should be massive in this part of the world. It's so beautiful to come and visit. It might not have the bright lights of some of the major places that are high on the bucket list, but to me this is just stunningly beautiful. But it'd be a strange world if we were all the same. Right, the second big attraction on the island. Let's go and see what we find. This is Sisaket Aquarium. Now I'm a bit pushed for time, folks, and I know you won't want to deprive me of having a beer before I go to football, but you've been a wonderful audience, so much better than last week's, so I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour once we get inside. Another attraction that is only 30 baht, even for Westerners. Don't worry, I'm not shortchanging you. There's more to see than these guys. These are outside. I'll naturally be as subtle as I can when I'm filming, because there's a lot of families in, if you know what I mean. And you know what? 30 baht to come in here is worth it for the aircon. Some crackers in here. For a little town, this aquarium is belting, I tell you. It's top class. And another bonus, the dark lights takes me back years going to the cinema. So there you go, that's Sisaket Aquarium for you. Another fantastic attraction that a small town such as Sisaket should be very proud of, I think. Sisaket province is very famous for its durian production, grown on many farms, and then each year here at the provincial hall in the city there's a big durian festival for several days. They're proper durian, wow. And of course, like all Thai cities, it has some incredibly beautiful temples. Interesting signage. Be warned, you cannot smoke alcohol here. It has another one of the amazing railway stations across Thailand. While simplistic in design, they're immaculately kept and still have the facilities taken away in the quest of making money back in the UK. A tip for those of you who might fancy a visit to Sisaket from Bangkok who don't have much time is to fly to Ubon Ratchathani, which is 60 kilometres away. The flight takes an hour from Bangkok and another hour through here to Sisaket. Those with a bit more time might fancy the railway option, which takes around 8 hours. Yeah, Sisaket bus terminal. And like a lot of provincial bus stations, you can get service all over, not just local but right across the country, and some from here into Cambodia. It's one of those places which is very typical. Not a lot of English spoken up this way, and trying to get the right information can be sketchy. What I do, I take photos of all the destination boards and then use Google Translate back home. But it's far easier if you've got somebody who can speak Thai and ask them to give the information desk a telephone call. Makes it a lot easier. Those of you who want to see a little bit more of the province can head down to Pa Moi Deng. 90 minutes south of Sisaket city, it's on the border with Cambodia. A sheer cliff border at that. It is absolutely stunning at sunrise, and you're above the clouds later, producing some fantastic views. And you also see plenty of wild monkeys if you're a bit lucky. There is an admission charge, so check before leaving. Prasat Sa Kamphaeng Yai, the historical landmark at Utumpom Pisai, is 30 minutes to the west of Sisaket. An interesting little market town. The site is a Khmer ruin from ancient times, like a smaller version of Ayutthaya with a temple attached, and well worth a visit. Joke is a staple Thai breakfast found in most parts of the country. Here in Sisaket, the best place to come is Chioki. It's about 100 metres from the railway station, and it's been serving people since 1942. It's so popular that it opens early in the morning and shuts at 1 p.m. each day. Choke is a kind of rice porridge which is often served with bits of pork, as mine is, with added ginger and herbs and a poached egg to go with it. Fantastic value for 50 baht in a beautiful traditional old building. Highly recommended. bit early yet, but the station market there across the road, that opens at 4 o'clock. It gets quite busy, places to sit and have food and drink, loads of cheap offers on in there, excellent place. And early in the morning, a lot of people come to buy the fresh produce here. Here's a song law coming up the road. There we are. Should I sit in the back of that poor old gentleman would have to cycle me to wherever I wanted. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Yeah, lots of independent stalls here. There are not many big names, you know, chain names. Obviously you've got your 7-Eleven stores and your opticians and what have you, you know, national names. But apart from that, it's great to see lots of little stores. And if you ask around and you're with a tie, you always find whatever you need. Because the beautiful thing is, if a shop doesn't have it, they'll tell you where to go, rather than putting you off because they've lost trade. I find that really refreshing. And this road that crosses the railway further up is called Kukan Road. To Farang's, Westerners, Bank Street, because all the main branches of the bank are along here. If you need to get your statements and everything, this is the place, this is the road to come. There's another market down here on the left, a very old market, where we sometimes go because it sells hardware, not for computers, I mean for garden and housing and all that sort of stuff, you know. Need a new hose pipe or need new clips or food for the chickens. Yeah, there's everything in the old market further down Kukan Road, along with the banks. Crazy, isn't it, really? You would never see that in a banking street in the west. So this is one of the main thoroughfares through the city. This is Ubon Road, which goes along to the hospital where you do a right and then cross over the bridge by that park that you've maybe seen before, and that continues that way all the way to Ubon Ratchathani. Turns into dual carriageway once it's outside the city. Love that little place over the road. It seems to be closed today. Look, the balcony upstairs, a little restaurant. I think they're done for the day. Like many Isan cities, there's lots and lots of coffee shop options. More and more of them opening, and that one's probably my favourite here, Midland Town. Excellent. Great feature here, by the way. The traffic lights, they count down. Have you seen it up there? Counting down next to the red light. So the driver knows exactly how long he's got before it's time to go. Another feature is there's markets everywhere, little markets, all selling different stuff. That one across the road there is mainly clothes. And the reason the sheet's down in front is because of the temperature. I'm doing this particular bit of filming on the first day of March, and it is this hot. Yeah, 37 degrees. And the small Isan cities, while they've all got their own features and specialities food-wise and different attractions, they're pretty similar in appearance in a lot of ways. And this road further down goes towards the bus station, and that building across the road, it looks like a very poor imitation of a 7-Eleven on a grander scale. That is Sun Heng Plaza, which I guess was once a massive department store, which inside now is many separate concessions and one supermarket of vintage quality. There's stuff in there you wouldn't find anywhere else. It's all under one roof. And if you want Western clothes by the big names, that's the place to go. Surprisingly, they have them in my size as well. I've picked up a couple of good pair of Wrangler jeans in there last year. I'll see if I can do a little bit of filming as I go up the escalator to give you a clue what it's all about inside. Yeah, it might not be as modern as some of the malls in the bigger cities, but it's got something about it. I like it. And it's got aircon, that's why I like it as well. It's got everything you want, music over there, buy linen, buy towels, buy everything. Stationery shop across there. Got all you need and more. And a cinema of a certain vintage as well. But it's well located and it's got plenty of parking. Yeah, I just saw a book and toy shop. I remember when they were all the go back home. But everything in here, look, bags, sports, everything you could possibly wish for. There we are, Sisaket United FC Club Shop. And just to keep the Farang satisfied, those who were obviously not as healthy as me. Something that Sisaket isn't short of is wide open spaces and lots of water features. This is by the entrance of Sinagarin Park, which we're going to go inside and have a look at in a few minutes. But on the approach road, just across the car park there's a big site where there was a bull festival when we had friends visiting. And naturally enough, we'll come into this park, we thought, well, we'll have a look at a Spot the Bull competition, if you like. And oh, there were some beasts in there. And as it happened, I needed some milk for back home. I get the little cartons of UHT milk, so they last longer, you know, to put in the tea in the morning. And my wife Dows spotted loads of cartons of it, and she was going to buy some. When the guy was about to take the money, started bursting out with laughter when she happened to mention that she was looking after me with me tea in the morning. It was protein milk for the bulls. Lots of dogs around here as well, look. You see them over there? I think that will necessitate a taxi to my next port of call rather than walking by. So right, let's go and have a look and see what this beautiful park's got to offer.
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
The replica lambda one flowers on the water. I think I've got a new friend who wants to walk with me. The park, Somdet Sinagarin, is named in honour of that lady up there, who is the grandmother of the current King of Thailand. You get a sense in Sisaket that the people who upkeep certain places are extremely proud of them, and it's just a shame more people don't come to appreciate it all. I mean, before that had water coming out of the Lamduan flowers. Not in action now. I don't suppose it's worth turning the taps on. Which is a shame, because if they turn the taps on, it might attract more people, you know. The playground through there, nicely shaded under the trees. And this beautiful park, we came to an evening show which involved elephants and a stage show depicting the history of Sisaket province, which was a fantastic event, especially because during the daytime, we came on a Friday afternoon, there were shows involving local youngsters doing dance and Muay Thai, all kinds, singing. It was like a school festival for them to display their talents. It was a fantastic afternoon out. We enjoyed it. And this whole area was converted into like a night market. Lots of stalls. Night or day market, obviously, depends when you came. But yeah, fantastic. Here are some images of the Lamduan Festival of 2024, followed by excerpts from the live show during the day. That's how to use an old tyre. Let me tell you a lovely story about Sisaket. In 2018, I had my 3 weeks annual leave when I was an employee of London Underground. And I didn't know quite what to do with the time. I had a week where I was going to go to Scarborough to watch cricket, so that was sorted. But I was trying to work out what to do with the other 2 weeks rather than just stay in North London, you know. So I decided to board a flight and come over to Thailand. I'm no stranger to the country. I've been coming since 2004. But the plan was to discover Isan and see some football at the same time, my passion. I flew up to Ubon Ratchathani from Bangkok and then caught the train to Sisaket in time for the Wednesday night football. So my first time in the city, I really didn't know what was what. It was before the times when internet was really good, showing what was open. You know, Google Maps was a bit sketchy. Some places that they said might be open weren't. So after the football, I decided to walk back to my hotel. And Fair Walk seemed a long way back in the day, even though I walk all over now. You know, now I'm accustomed to the weather. Anyway, I got back to the hotel and I thought, I haven't come all this way just to have an early night. I ended up at a bar by the hospital. I had like a beer garden. So I bought myself a large bottle. And within a couple of minutes, some gents ushered me over to their table. They were from the army, I think it was, some military service. And they insisted on buying me a beer and showing me photos of the family album and where they worked. incredible. And then there was a nightclub attached next door. So I went in there. By far the tallest, by far the oldest, stood there drinking large bottles of Chang. And people were trying to have a conversation with me. It was far too loud was the music. But anyway, after a while, I was, I'd spent myself physically and I needed to go to bed. So I went outside and some of the people who had been trying to talk to me inside were waiting. And I thought, uh-oh, I don't like the look of this. And they came across and they said, where are you going? So I explained I was going back to my hotel. They said, you wait there. They insisted on driving me right to the front door of the hotel. Stopped at 7-Eleven so I could buy some snacks for supper. They couldn't have been kinder. And I loved the place straight away. I thought, I want to come back here, I like it. But I didn't realise that I'd be coming back and getting married here. But yeah, it just shows our first impression does matter. And I do, I truly love the place, as I'm sure you've seen from this video. What a place to come and just chill out and relax. Forget about the rest of the world. Unwind, bring snacks. Another of these places, if I lived in the city centre, I'd be cycling here and spending a lot of time. But when I do come into town, there's places like this that are pleasurable to visit every so often. And of course, when we have guests visiting us, bring them to show them what it's all about. So across this footbridge, as you can see, a wildlife conservation project. And across there where those buildings are, there's a medium-sized zoo. Show you what happens in this lake on the way back. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? I do like it. There's one thing I'd say. If I'd have come here in my 20s and I was here all the time in the city, I might get a little bit bored at times, you know, because when you're that age you want non-stop excitement, don't you? But now I'll be 60 in November. This is the perfect place for me to live. We won't go inside the zoo. It's all right, you know, it's just a medium-sized zoo, nothing, no great outstanding features, but it's a lovely little walk around, especially for families, because again, it's only 30 baht to get in. I was wrong, it's 35 baht now, 10 baht for kids. Outstanding value. Thank goodness for Google Translate and the camera option. I'd have been going in the ladies' toilets if I didn't have that. What's he doing buying a loaf of bread, I hear you ask? Let's see. Right, I'm now going to carry out the precarious task of trying to hold a phone, break some bread and throw it in the water at the same time. Let's see how we go. Look at the size of them. Look at them. It's good business from the little shop, the little concession. They probably buy the out-of-date bread, sell it to me for 20 baht. So they're happy. These big fish, they must be sick of the sight of bread. Oh my God! Look at the size of that one. There, look. Like a shark. I can't decipher what the fish is saying, but I think they said, can you put some cheese and pickle in the middle? There you go, you get the idea. I won't push me luck in case I drop my phone in the water. Simple pleasures. Well, I think that was great value for 20 baht. Size of some of those fish. Something that I can say with great assurance, I will never get bored of exchanging smiles with strangers and saying hello. Just makes you feel good. Try it wherever you are in the world. Smile and say hello to somebody. They might be confused. There again, they might just respond and we can make the world a better place. Not much demand for pedalos today. I'm not surprised. That would be exhausting. It is hot. I'm not sure they've got the hang of it. They're going round and round in circles, those youngsters. But I guess when you're that age, you've got energy to burn. I do like these. You see them in many towns. Shows you how far to the attractions. I like that. Get a load of fresh water to drink for 10 baht. What a good machine. Top tip for you. If you see signs in a foreign language, take a photo and then use your Google Translate image tool. Hello there. Bet you're all warm. You are? Yeah, I agree. And there are those who ask me why I go to football. Beer and nuts, and you take them in the stand. Prasat United playing the third tier of Thai football. They use this stadium, the SAT stadium in Sisaket, which we saw from the tower. They are based around 40 kilometres outside Sisaket, but their district doesn't have a football stadium that is good enough for this standard. That's despite the district having a population of 80,000, which backs up what I was saying about the amount of different towns around Sisaket province. There'll be about 500, I guess, here today. Decent standard, and 60 baht to come in. So if you want football fix in the second tier of Thai football, this is the Sinagarin Stadium, home of Sisaket United, where tickets range from 60 baht to 100 baht. Great atmosphere, great food court outside. Down there. People of all ages inside the stadium, lots of couples, lots of kids. Great way to spend your time. Those of you who want to enjoy a bit of indulgence in Sisaket, you've got a fair few choices. Let's have a quick look at the Farang options. Hong Kong Garden serves great Farang food. It's got live sports on TV. Peter the owner's got some great music stories and plays some great tracks. Leo serves quality food, got a massive range of beer taps and an amazing fridge full of Belgian and German beers. Craft and Cold is Thai owned, it's got a few taps and also got some good bottles in the fridge. The good news about these Western options in Sisaket is they open at lunchtime, unlike some other cities. Those of you who want to do it local, Thai style, you've got a good range of choice too. Head out of the city along Ubon Road, and there's a place there that was once a Tuan Dang. It's now gone independent but does the same sort of stuff, and a few bars around there. And up near Rajabat University on Tepper Road, there's also a few options to have a look at. And of course another Thai option is iBar by Hotel Prompiman, where I had my first encounter of Sisaket nightlife. Okay, if you're thinking of coming up here, obviously you'll need somewhere to stay. Here are a few options. The Gallery is probably the best hotel in Sisaket. The Vijit Nakorn Hotel offers everything you need, including a small pool. The Bunsari Boutique Hotel, I would recommend to stay there. It's where I spent my first ever night in Sisaket. As with everything I mentioned in this video, please check opening times, admission prices, and have a look in the description box if you want to locate them, because I'll put a note there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that look around Sisaket. As I say, it's my hometown and province now, and I love the place. I hope it encourages you to come and have a look. You won't be disappointed. There's a little bit of everything for everybody. Well, if you've enjoyed it, as usual, please subscribe, tell your friends, leave comments, ask any questions, and I'll do my best to accommodate you. Until next time, take care wherever you are.